George is also in hospital in a serious condition. The speedboat and jet ski have been brought here to San Susi Water Police, where they'll be forensically examined. But as for emergency services, they have one clear message. It's the first warm weekend of the season. It's not even summer, and they hope boaties hear today's warning.
What did you say? I'm not going to be going underwater for a little while now.
Davina Smith, NBN News.
More than 30,000 revellers were treated to a thrilling race in this year's Caulfield Cup as Best Solution claimed the win in a photo finish. The conditions kept punters guessing all day.
A cold and rainy Saturday didn't deter thousands from kick-starting their spring racing season.
We've got to be comfortable, so enjoy our day, so it's nice.
It's a beautiful day. Everyone thought it was going to rain. Everyone looks great. How are we doing?
Celebrities from the fashion and the sporting world were trackside.
Everyone's in really high spirits, everyone looks amazing.
With the party in full swing, some needed an early nap.
You already look a bit tired. Where's your stamina?
I'll get the second one at some point.
More experienced racegoers had tips for going the distance.
I don't know what pacing is.
Yeah, no. We're here for a good time and a long time, guys.
As always, trackside style was a mixed bag. The male and female fashions on the field winners, both pretty in pink.
It was a very last minute rushed outfit, but I knew it was going to work and it obviously paid off.
Everyone looked amazing today. They really did. And I thought it was really tough competition.
There was a French-inspired restaurant for those keen on fine dining, with Penfolds offering its signature grain for $150 a glass.
This year's Caulfield Cup theme was Malibu, and with the weather slowly starting to improve by the afternoon, there was no better place to be than by the pool deck.
It's lovely. Look, you've got a great view of the races. It's really a good experience.
I'm fussy, yeah.
But in true Melbourne fashion, the rain returned, leading to a mass exodus. The true fans stayed on to watch international horse Best Solution take out the $5 million race.
Best Solution just coming back, stretching every sinew.
Today's racing later in sport. After the break, a special look at those on the front line of Donald Trump's border battle. And a pilot praised for safely landing a stricken plane on a freeway.
Experience new Tic Tac gum. Great taste, very refreshing and crunchy. How many you chew is up to you. New Tic Tac gum, the fresh new gum. For a really clean home, try CLR. Alright, let's do it.
I'll start outside, you start inside.
CLR easily dissolves built-up calcium, limescale and rust. Soak your shower head in CLR to get it running like new. For crystal clear shower screens, apply, wait 2 minutes, then wipe hard water stains away. CLR's a safer choice that cleans kettles, dishwashers and washing machines.
Wow, it's like a different house.
CLR. See your home in a new light, guaranteed.
At Officeworks, we've got everything you need to help your business do business. Increase productivity with Microsoft Office 365 Business Premium with Word, Outlook, Excel and more, just $188. And work anywhere on this HP X360 convertible laptop, only $687. Plus, you can shop with Officeworks online, in-store and via our mobile app with flexible delivery options to choose from. Just another way Officeworks helps you make bigger things happen.
Rugged, reliable, and now in run-out. Mighty Mitsubishi Triton has never been a better buy, with Ripper deals plus $3,000 extra value. But hurry, the Triton run-out won't last long.
It's Domain's big Dyson sale with a big 60 months interest free. Every home needs a Dyson Cyclone V10 hand stick vac. V10 Animal only $897. Absolute Plus $999. Plus buy either and get a bonus $100 FPOS gift card. The Dyson V6 Animal Extra now only $347. Or get the Dyson Big Ball Origin Barrel Vac. Hot price now under $400. Don't miss out with 60 months interest free. More Dyson deals now at Domain. Ends Monday.
Outdoor Furniture Factory in Rutherford and Waters Bay is the home of outdoor entertaining with a huge range of outdoor dining, lounges, egg chairs, umbrellas and more. Update your outdoor furniture now. Outdoor Furniture Factory, New England Highway, Rutherford and Waters Bay, the
twin beds. Hurry, sale ends tomorrow. The dog's still not included. I got it at Amart.
A hate preacher who inspired multiple terror attacks, including the London Bridge rampage, has walked free from a UK prison. His release has caused outrage and sparked calls for tougher laws, modelled on legislation that exists here in Australia.
Known as the Pied Piper of Terror. Anjem Chowdhury, smiling silently, posing for the cameras after his release from prison. The radical preacher was driven from jail after serving less than half his 5.5-year sentence for recruiting for Islamic State. He inspired dozens of terrorists, including one of the men who murdered British soldier Lee Rigby in 2013.
I apologise that women have to witness this today.
And Karen Butt, one of the London Bridge attackers. Imran's son was a Chowdhury-inspired IS recruit who went to Syria.
Ultimately, he did, towards the end, start fighting.
And was killed.
And was killed, yeah.
Chowdhury refused to take part in prison de-radicalisation programs.
I still believe that we are underestimating the potency and the dangerousness of the radicalisers who don't carry knives, guns, and overtly plot terrorist attacks.
Chowdhury's release has angered many, including British MPs, and it's even inspiring a call to bring in Australian-style anti-terror laws. MP John Woodcock has written to the Home Secretary, urging him to follow Australia's lead and urgently introduce an emergency law. So, Chowdhury and others who pose a similar risk remain in custody after the formal expiry of their sentence. For now, though, Chowdhury's out on parole, under 25 strict conditions. Not strict enough for many in Britain. Michael Best, NBN News.
Right there among the trucks and cars, that's a plane speeding into lane 1. A 25-year-old flight instructor has managed to safely land a small aircraft on a US highway after the engine started to fail. No one was injured. Authorities have called it nothing short of a miracle. The barriers were down and the lights were flashing, but it wasn't enough for 2 drivers in Auckland who ignored all the warnings and crossed in front of this train. While the first car made a narrow escape, the second car was hit. The driver fled the scene. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is now suing Ecuador's government, accusing it of violating his fundamental rights and freedoms. Assange has been given a strict set of rules for living inside the country's London embassy, where he's been holed up since 2012. Human Rights Watch has likened his situation to solitary confinement. Thousands of Honduran migrants have broken a border fence in Guatemala, flooding into Mexico. Riot police clashed with the crowd as it tore apart boundary gates. Some families even chose to jump into a river on the Guatemalan side to try to swim across. Migrants are ultimately trying to reach the Mexican-American border, one of the heaviest smuggling corridors for drugs and humans on the planet, and a political lightning rod. As Lizzie Pearl reports, the men and women who patrol the front line have a difficult and dangerous job to do.
Extreme temperatures, unforgiving terrain. This is where the United States meets Mexico in southern Texas, and the border agents are on patrol.
We have to be ready and prepared for anything.
They work alone, watching, waiting. On one side of this border, Ciudad Juarez, once the world's most violent city. On the other, El Paso, declared the safest in America. It's cartel country, so every vehicle coming into the US is stopped, and if suspect, searched.
The dogs trained to detect concealed humans, marijuana, heroin, cocaine, methamphetamine, and ecstasy.
People don't just cross wherever. They're told to cross in a certain area because they paid a smuggler to be able to be smuggled across in that area.
And that particular smuggler is part of that cartel, and that cartel says who comes and who goes.
Exactly, yes.
While thousands of workers enter the US legally every day, in the first 7 months of this year, more than 200,000 people were caught crossing the border illegally, hiding in trucks or making a run for it. For the border agents, stemming the tide is a 24/7 operation in the air and on the ground, tracking 3,000 kilometres along the southern border. Because they want to get in here as quickly as possible and blend in.
The goal is to blend in and, to abscond from us and hide from us.
These are the same border agents who in recent months were tasked with separating children from their parents under US government policy. Almost 3,000 children were separated. More than 100 of them are still without their parents. And how hard is it for you on a personal level to do this job? It must be very emotional for you as well? Very emotional for you as well?
It hits home because we have kids as well, but we also have a job to do. And we're doing our job. We got to protect the homeland.
High above the US border city of El Paso, it's difficult to see exactly where Mexico ends and where the United States begins. But what is clear is Americans on both sides of the political divide care deeply about what happens here.
Build that wall! Build that wall!
It was the election war cry. Now in the New Mexico desert, construction of what President Trump calls his big, beautiful wall. Heavily armed security is watching over workmen replacing a vehicle barrier with a fence of thick steel posts. Last year, a similar structure went up nearby under Obama-era funding.
Now, actually, you can see as the cement barriers here, so you can see the actual ground on that side is just right below that, but it goes 6 feet below actually the surface of the ground. Solid concrete reinforced with rebar.
Those on the front line say the barrier has driven the cartels out to other parts of Mexico.